Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Mining Insider. Today I want to begin by saying thank you very much for your support. Our channel has now reached 10,000 subscribers. It's such a huge milestone for us and such an epic way to start off the new year. I'm so enthusiastic for all we've done and all we have upcoming. When I last left off with you, I showed how to install the TRex Miner plugin natively back within NiceHash, so you could use the TRex Miner natively within the NiceHash miner. And this was a really big leap forward for us, being able to see the TRex Miner back within the NiceHash dashboard. In my last video, I gave a preview of how I was using the TRex Miner 24.8 natively within NiceHash. This was a really innovative solution I was working on. And although it was just a proof of concept at the time, I've been working really hard as a software developer. I've been working day and night and day hard to get it done. And the best news is it is done, it is complete, and it is available now in Github. So I'm here to proudly announce to you the TRex Miner Plugin Adapter that enables NiceHash to talk to later versions of the TRex Miner like 24.8 and take advantage of the LHR unlock and built-in overclocking technology. If you haven't already subscribed, smash down on that subscribe button. Stick with me. Let's get started. Where we last left off in our part 1 video, we were able to run the TRex Miner version 0.19.12 natively within NiceHash. And we were able to do that because we showed step by step how to install the TRex Miner plugin. If you haven't already done that, we have a video on our channel. I'm going to be putting a link down below. And this video takes you step by step how to install the TRex Miner plugin back into NiceHash, so NiceHash can at least communicate with the TRex Miner. The limitation we have with this though is that the last version that NiceHash supports with TRex is 19.12, and 19.12 was before TRex had its LHR unlock, as well as a lot of the great built-in overclocking technology and even more. So we're going to be going beyond that today and show you how we're able to run later versions of the TRex Miner, including version 24.8 natively within NiceHash. Jumping over to NiceHash, I'm going to start it up and you're going to see TRex version 0.19.12 launch, and that's where we last left off in our part 1 video, and it's able to run fine for 0.19.12. My computer today, it's a very simple setup. I have a single RTX 3070 graphic card in it. I don't need to do anything elaborate just to get the miner up and running and show you how to do it. It's up and running right now, and I'm running the TRex Miner 19.12 natively within NiceHash. I'm not doing it from a batch file or anywhere else. It's all running and managing from NiceHash. Now, before I go any further, once it's up and running, what I want to do is I want to make sure I go to my settings folder. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of settings. There's NiceHash Miner and Plugins Update. I want to make sure they're disabled. After I've downloaded TRex Miner plugin and I've set it up to run even 19.12, I do not want any more updates coming. I do not want it to come and delete that folder or update that miner. Also, in the plugins folder, if I scroll down till I see TRex Miner, even though it's grayed out, it's still active. I'm going to click on this and you see show internals. There's an auto update plugin. I have auto updates plugin set to off for the same reason. I do not want NiceHash to come and overwrite all my work with previous versions of the TRex Miner. I have seen on occasion that NiceHash will just sometimes start up and it will actually just delete even the contents of the TRex Miner directory subfolder within NiceHash. So it's just good advice in my opinion. I have mine updated and I think that's the better option. For us to do this next step, we need to see where NiceHash stores this miner. So I'm going to click on this triple ellipsis and I'm going to click on the show internals. The show internals is going to open up the folder where NiceHash actually stores the TRex Miner. So I see this PC download, NiceHash Miner, Miner plugins, and I see 03F. So I see the location where NiceHash is storing this miner. Within here, there's a few files. One of them is mp.trex.dll, and I believe that stands for minerplugin.trex.dll. We're not going to be messing with that or changing anything else with that. And there's also an internals folder, and this has configuration and information that's used by the miner. But the most important one too is we focus is the bins. In the bins directory, there's going to be a number here, like mine is 16. If you have a different number, you should have 16 by now, and there's no more updates coming, so it should be at 16. These are my files under 16.0, and you'll see I have the TRex Miner here. This is the file for 0.19.12, so that's the old TRex Miner. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by just renaming this file just to put like OLD, so old TRex Miner. Now, if I go to run nicehash or do anything, it won't even work anymore because we've just renamed that file to something else. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to get the latest version of TRex. If you haven't already downloaded TRex, go to the GitHub, the official TRex Miner site, and download the TRex Miner. So I've already have it downloaded. It's TRex 24.8 Win. I have it downloaded and I have it expanded into its own folder. And I'm going to look for this TREX.exe file. Once I find this file, I'm just going to drag it into where nicehash has it. I'm going to say copy it here. Now it's not going to overwrite the old one because I renamed the old one. Let's just go, and what we're going to do is I'm going to start the miner. And you're going to see the miner is going to fail because the communication between nicehash as well as TRex, it doesn't work anymore. They're different parameters. After a miner fails multiple times with a nicehash will just eventually give up on it, and a lot of times it won't even try to run the miner anymore. And the only way around that is to stop and restart the miner. You actually have to close it and restart it completely. Now we're going to take some big steps forward. Let me open up our GitHub page. We have our own GitHub page, and it's github.com/cryptomininginsider. All one word, no special characters. Just always be cautious of any sites you download any software from, whether it be from my site or anyone else's site. On here, we have TRex Miner Plugin Adapter, copyright 2022, Crypto Mining Insider. It's licensed, and it's basically provided to you to participate in our beta trial program if you're a subscriber of our channel. So if now is the chance to. If you haven't already subscribed and you want to use this, smash down on that subscribe button so you'll be able to use our software legitimately. And with the TRex Miner plugin, we have releases. So if I go to the releases, you see this tag there. We have our TRex Miner Plugin Adapter, a beta. Under here, we have our assets, and we have the TRex Miner Plugin Adapter version 0.1.08 beta WinZip. So I'm going to click to download this file because I trust that I was the one who created that file. Once it downloads, I'm going to open it up, and it's going to open up in my downloads folder. Within my downloads folder, I'm just going to right click and just tell it to extract it all. It's going to propose a folder for me to extract it to. Now I have my new folder, this TRex Miner Plugin Adapter version 0.1.8.beta WinZip, and I can come in here. There's an end user license agreement. You're going to want to look at the license agreement. It's pretty simple, straightforward. There's a README. There's some sample miner options. We're going to get into that in a little bit. Look, there's this TRex Miner Plugin Adapter. It's an executable, and I'm going to copy this file. What I'm going to do now is let me just open nicehash. So once nicehash opens, I'm going to go to the plugins folder. I'm going to scroll down until I see TRex. I see the triple ellipsis button here, and I'm going to click on Show Internals. And this is the location where nicehash stores the TRex miner. I'm going to click into the bins. I see 16.0. I'm going to click into that. I'm going to copy my file in here. Now you see TRex Miner Plugin Adapter.exe. We have our adapter here, and now we have TRex. They won't work yet, so we're going to have to do a little bit of renaming. Normally what happens is nicehash starts up a miner and nicehash will communicate. So nicehash will communicate with the TREX.exe file. The problem is we know there's communication differences that are incompatible between the two. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our existing version of the TRex miner, and this is actually the version 24.8 that I showed you before was not working. I'm going to rename that T-Rex-Miner. Wow, okay, it corrected the icon for me. Now it's showing this is the TRex miner. So I changed the name, and I'm going to take my TRex Miner Plugin Adapter, and I'm going to name it T-Rex.exe. And I'm going to name it TRex. And that's all I had to do. Now that I have both files renamed, I'm ready to move forward. The original T-Rex.exe file renamed to T-Rex-Miner.exe, and you should see the TRex logo for it. That's actually the TRex miner. That's really 24.8 that I downloaded. I just renamed it. Now, this file here, which is the T-Rex.exe, is actually the miner plugin adapter. So that's actually the TRex Miner Plugin Adapter, but I named it to T-Rex.exe. So what happens is nicehash will try to call into T-Rex.exe, and it's actually calling the miner plugin adapter, which gives me the opportunity now to correct the communication to the TRex miner. So now it's not going nicehash talking to the TRex miner. It's going nicehash is talking to the TRex Miner Plugin Adapter, which is talking to TRex. So we're all set. Flipping back into NiceHash, I'm going to start up the miner, except this time NiceHash is going to start up the miner plugin adapter, which is going to start up the TRex miner, and we're going to be running TRex 24.8. I see the miner plugin adapter just started up TRex, and you'll see it has the TRex I there. Again, I think that's pretty wicked. And I see I am running TRex NVIDIA GPU Miner 0.24.8 in Windows. So I am running the TRex miner, and I am running it and launching it from within NiceHash. And it's all thanks to being able to develop and putting a plugin right in between there so that NiceHash is able to talk to the TRex miner using the miner plugin adapter right in between the two, and not having to modify code on NiceHash or doing any code modifications to TRex. I see this is running and it's mining Ethereum. If I look on my title though, the title for the window is going to say Crypto Mining Insider, TRex Miner GPU, beta version, 018B, mining algo. So it's telling me right here, it's looking at the parameters coming in. It's mining Ethereum, ET hash. It's going to give me a lot of other information like the date, the IDs I need, as well as the command line that it used to start it. You can stretch this out if you want to see everything it's running. But rather than being tried to just see everything on the screen, it's important to know if you scroll up and you'll see it up top in under original command line, you see the original command that NiceHash started to use, and then you see the updated or the revised command that has the parameters like bind telnet and stuff like that that are no longer compatible, and that's removed out of here. By doing this, we're able to have NiceHash communicate with the TRex miner. So now I'm running TRex 24.8, and hopefully even newer versions as they come out, they'll be compatible with this as well. Now, flipping back to NiceHash, I can go to my devices and I see TRex. It's mining Dagger Hashimoto. Again, I have a lower hash rate because I'm recording on this computer when I do it. I can also go to my benchmarking tab. If I expand out, I only have for Dagger Hashimoto TRex, I only have this algorithm enabled. Let me just stop this miner momentarily. Now, if I want to enable Kapow as well as Octopus, I can enable them. Let me just enable this card again. And I can tell it to benchmark. It may take a minute for each algorithm, but it's going to be able to come and give me back the metrics. It's going to be able to benchmark both of these cards as well as assign what is the hash rate for both of them. Benchmarking just completed for both of these algorithms, and the miner automatically started running again, as it should. Again, I see TRex 24.8. If I look up top, it's mining Ethereum. Now, I go back into NiceHash, I can see I have metrics now for Kapow, which is Ravencoin, Dagger Hashimoto, which is Ethereum, as well as for Octopus, which is Conflux. So it was able to benchmark all of these. The one thing I do notice that's inconsistent about NiceHash, that although it's able to determine the hash rate, it's not able to usually get an accurate number for the power. Right now, I am seeing an accurate number for here. Wow, it's surprising. But a lot of times I'll see a 0. You always want to check to make sure that you have an accurate number. For these, it's giving them both back at 119. Make sure if your number is 0, you may have to go in and just set it. So when you're running the miner, see what the wattage is showing on the miner. If it's showing 120 watts or 180, whatever it's showing on the miner, enter that value in here in case it's 0. With the benchmarking out of the way, I restarted the miner and it started mining no problem. Now, I want to go into some other features that come with the plugin adapter. It doesn't just start up and communicate between a third-party tool like NiceHash and TRex Miner. It also maintains its own log file, so it's able to determine what's going on and what activity. And that'll come in handy later on if you want to see the activity of what the miner is doing within TRex. So from within the plugins folder, again, I'm going to go back, scroll down until I see my TRex, click on the triple ellipsis, and show internals. When the show internals window opens, I see I have a few folders here. I have my bins, my internals, and some other information. Go into the bins, go into 16.0. Now I see, wait, there's a few new files here. So there's TRex Miner Plugin Adapter log, and there's a couple of batch files. Let's begin by looking at the log file. And this is the log file created by the TRex Miner Plugin Adapter. This is the file that I create when I actually run the adapter. So I'll say launching TRex Miner Plugin Adapter, the version, I'll tell you the start time. This is the original command. You can see exactly the command that was sent from NiceHash into the TRex Miner, or at least into the adapter. This is actually the updated command that was sent into TRex. Notice some of the parameters like API bind telnet is removed and stripped out. But it tells also too that it created a sample mining batch file for mining Octopus, TRex-nicehash Wow, so it created some sample files for us too. So this is a really handy utility, and it lets me see exactly what's going on when NiceHash is communicating with miners like TReX. It tells me when the process exited, it tells me if it changed algorithms. It just scrolls down, it maintains time. So it's really a helpful utility if you want to get an idea of what's going on with your miner. When we started running Ethereum before, we were mining ETH hash. When the miner adapter seen that, it figures, hey, let's go, since we already have the NiceHash parameters coming from NiceHash calling us, it actually goes and it creates a sample batch file. So a sample batch file for mining ETH hash from NiceHash. This was actually created when NiceHash tried to run Ethereum within TReX. My code actually created the sample batch file. But again, always check to make sure you're using the correct wallet address. It's using the one passed to it by NiceHash. That would be the -u, or it's known as the user value. Right here, this would be the wallet. It will do it specific for you when NiceHash calls it, but always confirm that your wallet is correct and that you're seeing the numbers being reported accurately within NiceHash. And that's how you'd be able to run it directly. Another one too is it tried to run Conflux before, so it was mining Octopus. Let me edit here and you can see sample batch for mining Octopus Conflux. It set it up, and this is actually the address. This is the user. Always check your wallet. It set up the stratum. That was the stratum that NiceHash provided it when it tried to run TReX. But we captured that information on the adapter, and we figured save it because it's useful to have these files going forward. So it's not just the communication between mining tools like NiceHash and TReX, but it's also giving a wealth of other information like a log file telling you what's going on, as well as batch files so you can manually run it or see what it's running. And it's just good for you to be able to see the communication going on, to see what's actually being run at the miner. We have our TRex Miner 24.8 working fine within NiceHash. Now it's time to move on to the LHR or overclocking parameters. So if I go back to NiceHash, I can see it's still reporting TReX Dagger Hashimoto. Let me just stop this miner momentarily. And let's go to our benchmark tab. If I go down to this first graphic card, I only have one in this computer. I see Dagger Hashimoto TReX. So that's Ethereum mining on TReX. I'm going to click on the settings. And that's going to bring up the custom algorithm settings, which gives me the hash rate, the power usage, as well as the extra launch parameters. If you've already followed us on our channel from other videos, this is where we would normally be specifying LHR values as well as overclocking. This is a full hash rate card. I don't have to worry about LHR parameters, but I still would be great to be able to just pass in the overclocking parameters here. I'm going to enter in --PL space, let's say give it 60%. And then I'm going to say --MCLOCK 1000. So I'm going to try to run this at 60% power and give it a memory clock offset of 1000. Let's enable this. And now let's start up the miner. Except this time when we see the miner start, it's not going to recognize any of the information about the overclocking. It's just ignoring him. Now, why is that happening? Well, I can go look at my log file if I want to see exactly what's parametered. But if I look under either the original, you see under the orange, or under the green, the updated command line, I don't see any parameters being passed there that are --PL or --M clock. It's just disregarding. It's stripping away those parameters for us. So we're going to have to fix that. I close down the miner, and now I'm going to go from NiceHash back into the plugins folder. I'm going to see TReX again. I'm going to click on this triple ellipsis to show internals. Now this time we're going to do something different. Under this same folder where NiceHash keeps the TReX miner, there's a folder in here. It's called internals. If I click into internals, these are all the miner settings that it uses for the options packages, for parameters, URLs, etc. The one we're interested in is miner options package. This is a list where you'd have all the different parameters you could use. This file is a JSON file, and it's organized that there's an ID, and it has like a long name, short name, and a value. Now these are the values that NiceHash used when it formerly supported TReX Miner. So it had intensity, it had some kernel low load, GPU keep busy. These were all the ones that it had supported in it. However, it doesn't have the later ones, which is like the LHR functionality, as well as the overclocking. So that would be all like --LHR tune, or then it would be --PL for power limit. Let's close this file down. What I'm going to do is I actually already have a modified file. So let me go to my miner. Within the TRex Miner Plugin Adapter folder, I give you my sample file. So this is actually my file that has TReX LHR parameters, LHR auto-tune step size, auto-tune interval, power limit, locked core clock, memory clock, fan speed, etc. So I've already created this file for me. I'm going to actually take the original file in the NiceHash folder, and I'm going to name it original miner packages. This way, just get it out of the way. I'm going to take my sample. Since this is the file I created, I don't have to modify it. And I'm just going to replace it. I'm just going to put my copy of the miner options package. So now miner options package, if I look, it has --LHR tune, step size, etc. So now I have the necessary configuration parameters. Also want to double check to make sure that they are set to read only. So if I click down on properties, make sure they're set to read only. This way they don't get wiped out. So that should be all set. With the miner options package.json file updated, we're all set. Now we should have access to the additional features like the LHR, the tuning, the auto tuning, as well as the overclock. But before I go any further, let me close this window. I need to close and I need to restart NiceHash. I'm going to be passing in overclocking parameters, so I have to run it as an administrator. Except this time when it loads, start this miner up, and I'm going to cross my fingers. I'm actually going to cross my both fingers. I see, wow, right away. Okay, GPU 0, I see intensity 22. I see it's applying a memory clock offset of +1000 and a power limit of 60%. Woohoo! All right, so we have our overclocking parameters being passed in right from NiceHash into TRex Miner 24.8. This is an incredible step forward. I'm really, really happy. I've been working on this extensively, pretty much around the clock to get this developed. It seems to be working really great for me now, and I'm really happy to be able to share my journey with you of what I'm doing with this. Now, behind the scenes too, if I wanted to take a look, I could go to the plugins. If I could just go back to TRex, go to show internals and click into bins. If I want to see my log file that we're using, now if I open up this log file that captures all the information sent to the miner, I can scroll down. So we see this is the latest updated mining command passed in, and you see it's passing in for device 0. It's passing in a power limit of 60%, as well as a memory clock offset of 1000. So we're logging and capturing all this information, which is great. It's really, really handy for us. Let me just view this a little bit different, show details. If I look too in the sample files I'm creating, the sample files will also contain these overclocking parameters. So if I ever have any issues where I need to debug, like why isn't a miner working or why isn't it taking commands right, I at least have a batch file that I can use to test, because this is generated from the commands that NiceHash is sending directly to the miner. We're just saving it right down as an intermediary batch file. So it makes it really, really convenient for me to be able to isolate or find and see any issues. An important item I want to point out is NiceHash, when it passes in the wallet address, it's not just passing in the base wallet address, it's also appending a $ with some other identifier to it. I don't know what that is, but I believe that's how NiceHash is able to determine like what mining rig, to be able to see the metrics, to be able to maybe report it back on the NiceHash miner, what it's doing. This has no purpose when you're mining it in a batch file. When I actually come to the batch file, the $ portion of the address is stripped away. So this is just the raw part of the address. I want to give full transparency to this though too. This address is being chopped down. So the $ suffix that has this extra identifier is being removed in the batch file, so the batch file works correctly. Switching over to my LHR card rig, where I've been doing exhaustive testing on it, I'm finding it's running very, very stable, and I'm getting great results from it, as well as I've set it up to mine multiple coins. It's currently mining either Ethereum, Ravencoin, or Octopus Conflux, and I often find it's mining Ethereum majority of the time. Occasionally it will switch to mining on Octopus, as it's doing right now. It looks like it's changing protocols. You'll see it right live in front of you happening. It actually just switched to mining on Octopus, so it determined in this moment it is getting higher profits mining on Conflux Octopus. I'm getting great results with this, and I've just been working around the clock, working pretty exhaustively on it. We're just really, really happy with the results we're getting and be able to share this with you. So hopefully you can get higher mining profits and have a better mining experience overall. The results we're getting out of this is great, but please keep in mind this is a beta version of the software. Although I've done extensive testing and have been working very, very hard on it to bring it out to you until we get it in more hands of more miners. We're not able to declare everything is final rock solid. So keep that in mind. Everything is use at your own risk. Hopefully it helps you. Thanks to the development of the TRex Miner Plugin Adapter, we now have the ability to run the TRex Miner 24.8 natively from NiceHash and pass in our LHR as well as overclocking parameters directly from NiceHash to the miner. So the first question I know I'm going to be asked is, what are the parameters I should be using for these cards? And we have a video. We've created a video on TRex 24.8. This is our best settings for all 6 of our LHR cards, as well as we have the command parameters listed in there that you could be plugging directly into NiceHash if you wanted to. I'm going to be putting a link down below for your convenience. It's on our channel and it's on TRex 24.8 and it's our best overclocking we've gotten so far. It took a lot of time, development effort, and innovation for me to be able to create this solution. And I'm so excited. I'm so proud to be able to share this with you today. And hopefully it gives you more mining options going forward. I see so much potential for the mining adapter we've developed and so many more possibilities for it going forward in the future. If you'd like to help support our channel and development efforts like this and want to make a donation, I'll be putting my wallet address in the video description down below. Much appreciated. We want to be able to continue innovating and creating these cutting edge solutions for what we're doing in mining going forward. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up, smash down on that subscribe button if you haven't already. We welcome all your questions and comments. Please put them down below. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Happy mining!